What's up, guys, and welcome to part 16 of Invasions. So, I have finished Invasions. You guys have seen that. And now, I'm using the Nether Stone to get to place and seeing what else there is to do. In the last video, I did a lot of basically this game's version of Towers of Time. You know, the weekly, daily. And found out just how bad the modifiers can actually get in this game. So I did go back. You'll notice Serena's a little bit higher leveled up as I go through and I start to fight here. I did go back and try some of the weekly towers and things like that. Not all of them are bad. Not all of them are as bad as those hourly towers were. So I did find some good ones, some decent fights, but I wasn't unlocking nothing of significance. I mean, I did unlock, I think, 5,000 crowns in one of the fights. So if you're paying attention to my crowns and stats and things from video to video, that did go up. So I went back and messed with it to see if it was anything worth doing a video on, and it's not. So as now, I'm just going to wrap up all the areas that I can unlock with this Netherstone, and this being the first part in Living Forest. So let's get started. I come off a little quiet, or maybe even in my gameplay a little off, miss a few fatalities, which, you know, that's kind of normal for me. But if I come off a little quiet, I've had quite a bit of a day. I know I've talked about how much trouble I've had with a couple of my vehicles. Well, I just had to sell one because I can no longer take care of fixing its issues, and I'm a little bit, I guess you could say, on the sad side, a little blue today, and I may not have it in me for commentary or the ability to do fatalities, which I could swear I did that one right. But then again, I always swear that I do them right when I get them wrong. But again, yeah, I might be a little on the quiet end for commentary. If I go through 2 or 3 fights and don't say a word, I apologize. I just want to play some Mortal Kombat, honestly, after today. It's been a long day. And today's not been a good day for me. So I'm going to try to turn that around with a little bit of Mortal Kombat and hopefully unlocking something cool. It's got damages push. Thought I would just give a heads up on that. Right now I'm feeling normal, feeling talkative, but I just got back home from selling that vehicle, and it's just starting to hit me, and maybe I shouldn't have started this video just yet. Maybe let things process, but I'm not good about that. I like to move right on and don't let things process, and I don't think I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go straight up. Go up the steps and see what's up here. Liu Kang. Or again, whatever. It's gonna call him God of War. Played with Braden so much, I have to do an arcade tower with him at some point. Get his story. Playing this much through Invasions. And you get him leveled up the rest of the way and see what I unlocked for getting him to level 30. Can't even remember what level I have him at right now. I think it might have been 20, 21, somewhere around there. Again, my usual rinse and repeat. 2 moves, kick right into that. Shock. Sometimes mix it up a little bit, something different. It seems like every time I mix it up, I get hit by a projectile, or what I try gets blocked. That right there just in of itself reminds me of playing the old arcade games. Yeah, you go for something new and you get immediately kicked for it in those old arcade Mortal Kombat games. So you just go back to shooting projectiles or whatever special move works. In the case for me, and Mortal Kombat 2, actually, the original Mortal Kombat 2, the arcade, I played with Baraka. My thing was back low punch into the blades. I called it Choppy Choppy. That was my name for it. I can't remember the official name, but Baraka basically slices in an upwards and downwards motion with his blades from his forearm. Forearms, I should say. And I mean, that was my thing in Mortal Kombat 2. I would do that on repeat. I'd block until they get close, and it was back low punch. And I still do that. I have the old arcade system in my living room now, and if I ever fire it up, I play Mortal Kombat 2, and rest assured I'm going to be Rocket, at least until the end. And then I'm Raiden. When I face Shao Kahn, all I do is the electric fly. That's all I do versus Shao Kahn, over and over again. It doesn't work so well here. Especially with projectiles and everything else going on. This seems to be good. I did a tower that was... I think it said 128 or something, and it said recommended for level 30 only, and at seasonal rewards, I've made it about halfway up that ladder before I died, and just doing this over and over and over again is really what got me through it. Alright, I got the fatality right that time. I made a warning that I might not talk much, and then proceeded to never shut up that whole fight.
Fatality. Raiden wins.
Okay, so 21, yeah. I thought I was around 20. Another talisman I gotta get rid of. Still getting seasonal credits, so that's good. Hey, in a secret fight. Kind of like that background there. It reminds me of Mortal Kombat 2. The Shadow Priest flying around the portal. So, there's Baraka. Speaking of Baraka, our Wasteland's killer. But nonetheless, yeah, those Tarkatan blades. I forgot the name of that move. And he just sits there, you back low punch on Mortal Kombat 2. And he just sets down and he starts in an up and down motion, back and forth, both blades. I forgot what that's called, but I absolutely would use that to get through the entire tower. And then switch over to Raiden once I got through Kintaro, just electric fly my way through the game. Through Shao Kahn. So at that point, that's all that was left.
Fatality. Raiden wins.
Scissors. Is what they were called in Mortal Kombat 2, apparently, according to this. I had to look it up. Oh, no, wait, that's Scorpion. I clicked on Baraka. It was back, low punch. I kept saying back, but yeah. So 3 backs and low punch, and it was called Blade Fury. So I would use the Blade Fury in Mortal Kombat 2 in the arcade systems. And that's kind of reminds me of the play style that I'm using here. With Raiden I'm using Electric Fly and mostly, well, I don't even know the name of the move that I'm using mostly, to tell you the truth. I'll have to go in the next fight to tell you the name of that. Who's that going to be against? Reptile. So let's do it. Reptile. on that part of the moves, special moves. Okay, so I'm using the electromagnetic storm. So I kind of used that in the same way on this game that I used Blade Fury for Baraka and Mortal Kombat 2. I wish I could have said that all around the first time instead of it taking 2 fights to get there. Yeah. So you guys know, I've been doing this for a long time. It's just my playstyle. I know a lot of people comment on it and let me know how horrible I am, but it works. It gets me through the game. I have fun. Not everyone would have fun with that. I mean, sometimes I go and practice with these characters, and I do take my time and learn them. Anybody that can go back and watch some of my Shinnok, not the corrupted Shinnok modded gameplay, but the actual Shinnok from Mortal Kombat 10 gameplay, and Quan Chi, I took the time to learn those characters because I'm big fans of them. So that's kind of my thing. Is I think once Quan Chi comes out in this game, I will spend a tremendous amount of time learning Quan Chi, learning to connect combos, which when the stress test was out in June, I kind of did that with Katana. I spent a lot of time with Katana connecting things, and the same went for Sub-Zero. Hey, Reptile. Got close to beating me, focusing a little bit too much on talking after I said I wasn't going to. Talk as much. Talking more in this video than I have any of the others in this series.
Finish him.
Yeah. Almost forgot that fatality for a second. It's been a few days since I've done that one. So I do have a very spammy, like, repeat the special moves. I find a special move that can work. Oh, and in Trilogy. Okay, it's another move I don't know the name of, but Rain in Mortal Kombat Trilogy. So he has, like, this watery orb that he can shoot, he can project at his opponents, and if it hits them, you can control the way they move. So no one ever fixed this. Doesn't matter what version of Trilogy you have, outside of, I think, maybe I've never played Nintendo 64, so I can't speak for that. Or I have played it, but I didn't try this trick. But nonetheless, if you're Rain and you're playing Mortal Kombat Trilogy, you can continue, I think it's down forward low punch, might be down forward high punch, and you continue to shoot this projectile, and when it grabs them, you can move them up towards you, and then you can either kick them on their way down, or you can hit them with an uppercut. I sometimes miss the uppercut, so I always kick them or roundhouse kick them on the way down. You can literally repeat this non-stop. They cannot block it. They cannot do anything about it. You can beat everyone in the game. You don't have to switch over to, another character, like a boss character towards the end. You can put it on the hardest difficulty, and I have a video on this, by the way. You can put it on the hardest difficulty, go to the very last tower. So put it on very hard, go to the very last tower. You'll get an endurance round that, I kid you not, has like 9 or 10 opponents, maybe sometimes more, sometimes a little less, that you have to face in the endurance round. I think it's multiple endurance rounds. And then you go through all that, face the bosses, and you can literally just projectile and kick your whole way through it. At that point, yeah, it's not even, it's not fun to do continuously, but it's cool to do one time, and you can say, hey, I've beat Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the hardest tower with the difficulty turned up to very hard. So you get to say that. You can lay claim to it. And I do have a YouTube video of that. It's from a long time ago, but I do have it. I need to hook my Sega Saturn up to the capture card, so I need to, because I have my Sega Saturn with a HDMI thing hooked up to it. So I could run it through this capture card the same way I'm doing my PS5. And I could re-record that. So interesting, because I don't think I did it with commentary, so I should re-record that and do it with commentary at some point when I'm done covering Mortal Kombat 1. So another talisman. Looks like talismans is all that's being unlocked. I need to go see the collector at the store. Clear out some of the space, because I hate doing this every time. Okay, so I have a level 30. No bonuses. I start adding bonuses. It's going to be probably to this level 30. neither one of these level 30s. I would get rid of both of these if I could. They don't have no bonuses. I mean, yeah, they're level 30, but still. The Chaotic Aura Talisman would be the one I started adding things to. But for now, let's see. See, that even has some bonuses. So I think I'm going to get rid of one of these now. One of these without. I'm going to go with the Magic Talisman because it would be... I don't think I have anything else acid, do I? No, those are energy. It's the only thing acid I have, and I have other magic talisman. At least the one I'm using right now is magic, even though it supposedly was converted to electric. It didn't convert very well. And that might be talking about projectiles, but this doesn't shoot any projectiles, so... yeah, I'll discard this one. Alright, so on to the next fight. Had to pause the video there for a few seconds. Guess I will go left. Oh god, the smoke choke. Who come up with this stuff? So I got this, and I don't really want it. Permanently grants 15% increased chaos resistance, so just for the next fight, it's like permanently. Didn't know anything about no permanent consumables. Go ahead and get that out the way. Not that any of this is chaos, technically. But it really is kind of chaos, then again. I'm not the only one that's going to get caught on the smoke, because that would be impossible. I mean, it's already ridiculous towards the end. It usually gets to the point that you can't even move. Yeah, that just... well, I mean, you get some of these towers that's so bad, why would you not do a spam? This electromagnetic storm if you're raiding, or electric fly over and over again if you get caught at distance. And yeah, I guess that's what the talisman's for and all the consumables are for, but yeah, I haven't gone through all of them. I gotta get some kind of 100% smoke resistant would be nice. Be a great consumable. I need to go see the collector now that I've actually finished the main story. I can't even get the electric storm is what I'm going to call it. Instead of going electromagnetic every time. This electric storm, I can't even get it in because I get hit. I mean, it's like you get hit in the chest or you get kicked in the gut. That seemed to have some kind of hit marker towards your shoulder. And then you start coughing and you can't move, can't do anything. So ridiculous. I mean, I get smokes in the game. You could have a move that does that. We don't need a modifier that does this. So ridiculous. It is my number one hated thing about this game, you know. And I was hoping, you always hope you never have a game where you don't hate something about it. But like I stated before, outside of Red Dead Redemption 2, every game has something you're gonna dislike or hate about it. And this right here is top of the list right now for me on this game. Apparently I didn't lose my fatal blow and there's a part 2 to this battle. I hope I could unlock something special for going through this pain and suffering. At least. Oh, actually when I did that tower I mentioned, that it has like, it's an 18 floor tower. 9 of which are fights, 9 of which are survive. It's absolutely insane. But Smoke is the guy I died on. I could not, when he had this armor and I was choking, I could not get by it. And I couldn't move. There was nothing I could do, and he blocked the electric storm every time. I mean, if there's something I'm supposed to have to resist to this, I'd like to know what it is. I really would. I couldn't even jump into a combo and try to do something different. Oh man, might as well just keep on. Smoke does like a really good job at instantly getting up and moving towards you or away from you, and the flying kick doesn't really connect. I like to hit that before I get into the electric storm. Like there, he's backing up or moving towards. I guess I need a talisman that can do all kind of crazy things. More than just heals me, but fires projectiles. It requires time for your character to build up and hit those projectiles. It's not like he just does it instantly. And any decent AI is going to throw something to make sure you don't activate your talisman.
Finish him.
Just let's Serena finish him off. I don't know what I'm doing on fixing those. It's got to be me, because I'm horrible at these games. I've always loved Mortal Kombat more than any other video game, but it's the one I'm worst, completely the worst at. I also knocking things around my office, but I also love the Metal Gear Solid series. I love plenty of other series of games like Assassin's Creed and stuff like that I'm good at. I can beat Metal Gear Solid 2 on European Extreme. Those games I'm good with, but Mortal Kombat's just been something I've never been able to get particularly good at in other people's opinion. I guess I could say I've been good with Shinnok and Quan Chi and at times Havoc at Deception when I played it long enough, but it would still be my own opinion about that. I think when it comes to watching Mortal Kombat channels, it really comes down to who you're watching, and they're the ones that really make or break the Mortal Kombat videos for you. I've watched some people who have a ton of energy and they're really great at what they do, and then, I've watched some channels where it's kind of more like this. They get in front of a mic, they don't really edit the slip-ups or anything like that. They play Mortal Kombat, they do more of a raw, live approach is what I like to call it. Get more authentic, I guess, in the way that if I just lose my complete shit all of a sudden, like I did yesterday over the towers, having all the modifiers, or like I did about the smoke and the choking on smoke just then, Yeah, that's cool. That's actually better than any of the skins you can get for Rain currently that you can buy, in my opinion. Let's see what this consumable does. Your next uppercut deals quadruple damage. I always like to just go ahead and take that as soon as I get it, and then find a way to lay an uppercut on somebody. Hopefully Sindel is the victim of a very severely painful uppercut. It's got a Bloodstorm modifier, so Raining Blood, which is... I like this modifier, don't bother me. Ah!
I am the calm before the storm.
Brutality. Raiden wins.
It's like about the fastest match I've ever had in Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that quadrupled the uppercut, all right. That's fantastic. I guess that's one of the moments you make YouTube shorts, right? But I probably won't. Just be a nice little gem in the middle of a video that not very many people will probably ever watch, to tell you the truth. And every time I get a good bit of people starting to watch my videos again, and I'm getting a couple of thousand, then I'm putting 5,000, then I'm getting up close to 10,000, that's where it feels like I'm always burning out at that point. The last time I was heavily making YouTube videos here back in about May and June, I actually got the best numbers I've ever gotten on YouTube. That's what got me into being able to get with Google AdSense, and I mean, things were going great with that. I think it was like within a span of about 15 days, I was upwards about 60,000 more views than usual. Is what it was telling me within like 15 days. Which for me is fantastic. And it was on my actual content that I was uploading versus, you know, sometimes some videos I've had up for a while, especially the old Resident Evil videos I've had up for a while, just they blow up all of a sudden for a little while. They'll go away, but they just blow up all of a sudden. I think I'm going to keep that one. Get rid and discard this level 30 here, even though I said I was going to keep it. It's acid. It has no bonuses. I'm not big on talismans that don't have bonuses. Sure, I'll see plenty of other level 30s. Even can buy one at some point.
Ambush.
The Sindel fight too, as short as it was, I'll tell you what, it's been a while since I've got the first hit, I think, in a match. At least that I felt like that I've gotten a hit, first hit in a match. Ooh, it's been a while since I've had to connect those two too.
Finish him. Fatality. Raiden wins.
Deranged booster. And a Flesh Pits bundle. Have a look at some Flesh Pits art. So let's see here. That was just a normal fatality, but I did get something in the other category this time, where usually I'm not. So maybe after you reach a certain point, 20, maybe it's because it's these fights after the Nether Stone. I haven't been actually doing an XP breakdown lately. Well, I'm looking forward to getting Serena to rank 11. I did get her to 10 while I was doing some of those weekly and hourly towers again. It looks like the seasonal credits are moving up there still pretty good, which I need upwards of like probably 40 to 50,000, I think. I was doing the math on it to buy the rest of everything else out in the store. But I did actually spend quite a bit in the store again after those fights, so I may not need nearly as much now. Let's see, another Bloodstorm. Let's say permanently grants 15% chaos resistance. Permanently. Not just to the next fight. It says permanently, right? I'm getting that right. Am I going to come across permanent blood resistance, permanent fire resistance, and that would go at 15%? That'll help some of them towers. Definitely. Or maybe it's just talking throughout the whole match. I don't know. still trying to figure out how I felt so just distracted and down about selling one of my trucks to start this video, and then, you know, talked about I might not talk that much, and I have not shut up since the start. I think the longest period of space I took a break from talking was that unexpected cut when we started that Sindel fight. That was great though. Quadruple damage. Quadrupled the strength too. Also, I changed my Raiden outfit, I believe, since the last video. I wasn't wearing this outfit yet. I'm sure you guys noticed that. I didn't have to point it out, but actually, I did a wallpaper on my desktop. I took that screenshot right before the XP breakdown comes down. I did the fatality from the right side of the opponent and the left side of the opponent at the same stage. So on my two monitors, pretty much have that as a background, like this, but that without the XP breakdown. I have Raiden on the right side, on the right monitor, and then I flipped around into the fatality on my other side of the opponent, so it puts Raiden on the left side and Serena on the right for the left monitor. And I just wanted to say that because it's a good idea. At least I think it is, and somebody else might hear that and think, hey, I should do that. So just in case you get an idea, I want to do that. It looks really cool. Let's see if I got any other. I did not get any other this time. XP listed. Yeah. So I just got an acid one right back. This is an energy, it does health on activation. Always keep those health on activation ones. Let's see this level 17. Which one of these level 17s? This level 1 about. I've been missing this level 1 this entire time, this chaos. I guess so. Level 1 talisman can get out of here for sure. I don't know about you guys, but I want another quadruple uppercut damage. I wonder if that gets sold by the collector, because I want to get one of those. I want somebody with a shield armor because any damage is that much extra damage anyway. Alright, General Rain. Reiko. Where's my brain at today? Where's my brain been at since I started? How about that? My brain's never been around. I can never remember the name of moves. I'll forget that that's Electromagnetic Storm by Mario. I'll forget that I looked up Baraka's moves on Mortal Kombat 2 to find out that was called Blade Fury. That will actually, that'll be gone by the time I get done recording this video. There we go. The spamming worked out pretty good that time. I know you guys, if someone actually does sit through these, I commend you and I appreciate you, and I apologize to you for you sitting through. Is this 16 parts now of me doing the electromagnetic storm and a few electric flies here and there. For all that, sitting through all that, that is amazing, and I apologize if you do. Which again, according to my stats, no one would be sitting all the way through these. So for the most part, actually, when you think about it, according to those stats, I'm just sitting here talking to myself. That makes you kind of feel like an idiot real fast. Maybe also, it makes you want to stop dead in your tracks. But you know, I've always liked recording my gameplay. Used to when I was a kid, I would take VHS tapes and I would take the audio video cables is what they were back then, not the HDMI and the DPI and all the stuff we have now. So I'd take and I'd put whatever system I had in the video game, I'd run the RCA cables to the VCR, and then they had an out. You run those RCA cables out for TV. And I'd put the TV on whatever video input, and I would sit there and play games and record them on a VHS. And I didn't have a mic back then, but when I used to play Driver on PS1, you know, I would pretend through each mission I would do the talking that I thought the driver would say to himself while driving. So I did some kind of almost dialogue-like commentary while recording on VHS. And I kind of already was doing this back before it was a thing, back before anyone was, you know, being able to have a YouTube to upload any gameplay video to. So it's always kind of been in my heart. It's always kind of been something I've enjoyed doing just for myself, even if it's to the point where no one does sit through an entire video of mine. Ah, boy. I'm not going to pause the video like I usually do and try to go back in. I'm just going to try to go back in because usually whatever this has happened a few times and it just goes right back. Yeah, there we go. Looks like that's going to be the case. Let's try it again. Yeah, I've always just enjoyed recording gameplay, especially with Metal Gear Solid. And I would go back and watch the entire thing. I'd get those VHS tapes and stick them on. They had SP for speed play, I think is what it stood for. LP for long play, it would be like 4 hours. Not all VHS players had that. But then they had the SLP, super long play, and that was 6 to 8 hours. And I used to get the 8 hours. I think it was anywhere from Maxwell, I think was the name of them, maybe Maxell or something like that. And Magnavox VHS tapes, and I would just record all 8 hours. I would get through and rush through and try to beat, you know, Metal Gear Solid on the PlayStation 1 in enough time, and then I would go back and watch it. It just, like, I would take good care of it. I would label what it was, and because they gave you the labels so you could put it on the tape and label what you recorded, and I did a lot of that as a kid. I probably, somewhere still at my great-grandmother's, probably in the storage shed of hers, I probably still have a box full of VHS tapes of me just playing video games. It'd be neat to find those and kind of maybe start uploading them, put a little commentary over it. You know, it wouldn't be live commentary, obviously, but I know I still have a box full of tapes somewhere of me playing video games. Dreamcast, you know, Crazy Taxi. Times were so much simpler then. They really were. Not just that the time was simpler, just life itself was a lot more simpler. Before bills and vehicles that could break down, taxes that have to be paid, property taxes, vehicle taxes, license plates, oh, you know, if you want to go fishing, more money for fishing licenses. Just, we want money for everything these days. Money for the internet to continue to play these video games and record them. Now, I can't just, you know, worry about an electric bill and record on a VHS tape, and that's it. Nope, no more of that. Live simple life. That was never simple to begin with, but, I mean, when you're a kid, it may be, but no matter what, once you get job, a car, start getting all this. Adulthood. It's never something you try, but it just won't be. And even having money, doesn't really help that either. Life is still very, very complicated. And mostly because, I guess, we as people are very, very complicated. So is this talisman setup. I got too many of these things. You know, I like that one, though. Just trying to get to where all the ones I have are nice. This one, again, not all that nice, but it is the only acid one I have. That's fire, and the only fire one I have. I have a couple of blood. Let's see. Block to health. That's health on activation. Don't know what to get rid of. So that's health on. Extra projectiles. I'm gonna get rid of it's a legendary one. I don't want to get rid of legendary. And what should I get rid of? I'm just gonna get rid of the one I received. Man, it's. I hope they expand upon that. So where does this go? This completely leaves, doesn't it? Alright. At least I know where I'm going this time in the living forest and can remember what direction's what and where I came from. Compared to the last time I was here on barely any sleep. Technically, I think it was the time before that, but... Alright, Mr. Cleric of Chaos.
Fight.
Paladin of Chaos in this case. I would really like to get that skin he has on right now. There's color palettes for it.
Finish him. Fatality. Raiden wins.
More talismans and seasonal credits. I'll always take those. I just hate that it seems like it's only 100 seasonal credits at a time right now. It'll take a bit to build those up if that's the case. Okay, nothing special about that. Can go. Alright, there is a chest this direction. But before I come this direction, I just want to see I don't get ambushed by being curious. Yeah, multiple directions to go from this fight. I'm going to do this fight to go to the right first. Come back. Looks like I'll end up taking an entire hour here in the living forest just for... just for these nether stones. I figured this will probably be my last video in the series. I know I talked about that in the last video, taking all the nether stones to all the possible places I can take them. I think the last place after this would be Shing Tsung's laboratory and the Cotton Village colony. I can't remember off the top of my head what the name of it was. So yeah, this will probably be, if it's an hour or so in each area, this could be a 3-hour video if there's 3 more places that contain these locked areas that require nether stone.
Raiden wins.
So I might actually break it down into a few more videos. I don't know, because I feel like that's a little bit too long. People will see it 3 hours back. Whoa. I was kind of thinking like each area might take 20, 25 minutes, because I know in the village that you start at, that seemed like that was only about 10 to 15 minutes worth of fights. It wasn't very long at all. Oh man, doesn't this take like a path that goes all the way back or something like that? I think it does. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Because there's still an area I've figured that had some branches blocking it. That I don't know if it's just you're not supposed to go that way, but there's a red line that direction, so that would indicate that you can somehow. Maybe this will lead to it. I feel like things might move a little bit faster if I didn't get a talisman every time. I'm gonna stop looking at them and just get rid of whatever talisman it gives to me. Whatever one has the little dot indicating that it's the newest talisman amongst my talismans, and just delete it every time. I don't care what it is, just get rid of it and move on. Oh, I was trying to catch her on the way down, didn't do it.
Finish her. Fatality. Raiden wins.
Wait a minute. Get the health on activation. Actually, I'll consider actually equipping that. Boy, so what do I get rid of now? I'm gonna get rid of this energy one, because I'm gonna actually equip that. And get to the forge with it. Okay, where did he go? Let's start from the beginning. No, it's the one I kept. There we go. Got all lost. It's the ice one. Yeah. And also, I'm completely full on relics, and I don't need that XP gain anymore. And plus, I do -1 damage against super armor before having that on, so I definitely can. This is the biggest problem I have is fire when I was on those towers. But I get hit with a lot of that magic too. All of these increase the physical resistance is decreased. Really. So much so on that one. 25%, so. The choking on smoke, that that falls under fire, right? So equip that, see if that helps next time I'm choking on smoke. Resistance. Ooh, got a tower here. How many floors? 4? It's gonna be blood. Let's see what I got here. Nothing of significance to be using on a tower. I think this is where I'm gonna wrap up for this video, is this tower, guys. Then after that, I'll have another kind of cleanup video for the areas that you can use the nether stone in. Too bad the collector didn't hang out around here, because I could use one of those quadruple uppercuts. I like that outfit, the color scheme there. Really nice. That I want to unlock that.
Fatality. Raiden wins. Fight.
There we go. Trying to get Serena in there, not that. Alright, mister. I have armor on. No, I didn't talk about it, by the way, in my other videos, but I'm just now noticing how my XP has stopped at 30. And that tower again was like a level 128. It was something insane. That's what, it made me notice that I haven't gone past 30, because it said it was recommended for level 30 only, and this tower contains seasonal items and things like that. So, yeah, it made me realize the season high level XP is the season level is 30. Or I guess the invasions mode level is 30. I'm completely just losing my ability to speak over here, like usual. What's new? I'm horrible at commentary. That's why most videos I usually don't do commentary these days. When I started this channel, of course, everything had commentary, but when I realized, yes, I could cut videos. I've talked about that too. Cutting videos. A lot of people cut their videos, cut their mishaps and blunders or whatever in their words. And then some people cut their audio on their talking so much that it sounds like they don't take a breath. And I just like the live audio. Like Mr. G Star 321's my favorite as far as watching someone play Mortal Kombat games. And I just love to sit back and watch his series on any of the Mortal Kombat games. Or like the Conquest mode, for instance. I can sit and watch him play Conquest mode and watch that whole entire set of videos. And it's just this live audio. Nothing's getting fixed, and it's the audio is being recorded as he plays, so the reactions are real and authentic, and it's not something that's being voiced over later on. It's not something that's getting edited with silly little sudden inserts of other videos, or just some videos are highly overly edited with way too much energy, and they're good for, you know, what they're trying to achieve, but it's definitely not something for me. I guess I'm getting old. I just like things slowed down at a certain pace. I feel like my inspiration for really my channel was at a time I watched a guy called Star and Sky play the mobile game back when the mobile game was at least a little bit relevant. Or at least some of us. And then also I watched Mr. G-Star321, and because of those two, you know, that's the reason my whole channel was born.
Finish him.
They both kind of inspired me, especially Mr. G-Star321, to kind of give this a shot and see what I could do with it.
Fatality.
And I wanted to have that same kind of live raw audio over the microphone as I played the video games, instead of going back and editing or taking out any blunders. Just have the real reactions. If I get frustrated and I start dropping F-bombs, whatever, I want it to be there, because if I start upping the difficulty of this game, the AI gets a hold of me. I mean, it might not just be my words. You might hear a monitor fly out this window over here. It's a possibility. There's no AI that frustrates me more than something from Mortal Kombat, or a Blizzard game. Blizzard Activision, should I say. So, yeah, I mean, nothing like a Call of Duty or World of Warcraft outside of Mortal Kombat. Of course, Mortal Kombat, the AI in the original Mortal Kombat games, and Deadly Alliance. The AI in Deadly Alliance, oh boy. Some of those Deadly Alliance videos I was doing, when I was doing the list of the top 10 worst characters, and then some people had requested some playthroughs of Deadly Alliance. Ooh, man, I don't know how I held it together as well as I did.
Finish her.
That Deadly Alliance game, it drives me, even on the easiest difficulty, it drives me absolutely batshit insane every time I play it.
Fatality. Raiden wins.
I'm really glad it was like Mortal Kombat 10, really, that they've kind of realized, okay, we might have an audience that plays this game that might enjoy more relaxed, easier, you know, AI. They're not slipping in coins. We're not trying to get their money because they can't climb, you know, the tower anymore. So maybe we should kind of lay back. And they did. You know, since 10, the AI has been something that's acceptable. And I could beat the game on medium, but I choose to actually usually sit back and play on easy 9 times out of 10. Now, if I'm doing a video for YouTube, yeah, I'll keep it at medium. Like I did when I did the first 2-hour video and I streamed on Twitch of my first impressions. I kept everything on medium. Didn't mess with that. Oh, so I got 200 seasonal credits that time. 500 crowns. And another talisman. Always with the talismans. But that finishes that tower. And I got a talisman, a couple of them apparently. These all can be new. I mean, I guess they can. Especially if they're ones I've not been getting rid of. Really just comes down to which one of these do I want to get rid of. Get rid of this blood one. Oh, no, I have to discard another. Oh, well, I'm going to probably discard a couple here. Let's see, this one, the next one, it was also didn't have any bonuses. And I don't even know which one's new at this point. Guess whichever one doesn't do anything that special. Legendary. It's energy. So I have another legendary. It's what's this? Chaos. 14 plus on the projectiles. Don't want to get rid of that. Guess I will get rid of this level 21 uncommon for fire. Right, and that should be. Oh my god, that's not the last one. What in the world? Get way too many of these. Just gonna get rid of this energy right here. Okay, we're done. We're good. All right. So that's it, guys. That is pretty much the Invasion series, all of it, in 16 parts. I am going to do, again, a 17 without commentary, just clean up. I'm going to run around as quick as I can. I'm going to go get those bags, not bag, but I'm going to get that whole talisman area cleaned up a little bit so that I don't have to do that every single time. Eventually, I probably will again, but nonetheless, that's where I'm going to pretty much stop the series. Again, a wrap-up video is going to come up with more of the areas to finish this area up and all the other areas that there is to finish up that you can use nether stones on. So be sure to check out that part. It may not have a commentary, but it will still be interesting to see, you know, what I earn. And I was going to say it'd still be interesting to see the fights, but we all know I'm just going to use the electromagnetic storm over and over again. So, you know, there's that. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the series, who have watched it. I appreciate it. And I can't wait to see what arcades I'm going to start doing, because that's what I'm going to start working on next. Arcade towers. So I will see you guys for the arcade towers. Thanks for watching.